Hello, good morning. Welcome to our next session. Now all the classes are going very fast. I think you prepare notes and all that, no? The moment our vacation over, we will have to check your materials from the beginning. So prepare in the correct order. Again, I repeat this topic, no? Once you are there in front, we can give you notes directly. We cannot give now. So you should be very prudent in the sense that materials to be prepared by you will teach you the methodology, how you can develop the areas. Now, being a student, I should recommend you that you should be more confident once you get an idea from the teacher, from the professor, that with the area that you understood in the class, you refer to many other materials about the books that are referred by the university. We are always reminding you, at least you try to get one of them, the books given under the syllabus. So students should develop their own confidence by going or traveling through the steps that we teach in the class. Now today you look, the steps that we are going to follow, we have 8 steps, the topic about which we are going to discuss. Most probably that I would tell you, all right, once I refer so many great extraordinary intellectuals in the class. You know what is called the relevance of education and students, why they should learn things in their life. As I referred our Gandhiji, once Gandhiji, I used to refer this person, father of our nation. Gandhiji, I told you earlier, he was the man, I think, comparable to all spiritual leaders in the world. You compare to Dalai Lama, and even so many spiritual leaders in all the religions available. But Mahatma Gandhi, the thing that I am attracted to him, that he spent total 1 day in a week for the prayer. That I referred one of your earlier classes. So he had such authentic audacity, what is called audacity, that type of courage that he faces too. And he reported once, he got all the mental audacity or courage in his life through the prayer. So we can brand him not only a political leader, but also a spiritual leader. Think about 24 hours, 1 day in a week, total for prayer. I don't think any spiritual leader in the world would follow such a way. And after his prayer meeting, usually he gives a conference to press. And one of the journalists, it is written in his biography, one of the journalists asked him one day, what a modern student should possess in the way of learning. Make it clear. What all the things that a student in the world should keep when he learns something from the college or schools. And our Bapuji, Mahatma Gandhi, our father of nation, told very placidly that this question is very interesting, but I would refer, students in the world, particularly university students, should keep 3 pillars. three pillars in their life. If these three pillars are there in their life, they need not to worry anything about. They can follow very easily and reach the pure stage of their satisfaction. He says almost 25 years up to post-graduation level, up to PG level, they acquire knowledge. Students acquire knowledge by the way of observation, by the way of direct learning or indirect learning. They keep the fire, the fuel in their mind. This 25 years collection of fuel in their mind will lead them other 50 to 75 years on their future life. So what you collect now is a fuel. What you collect nowadays in the college is a fuel that you keep in your mind that will accelerate you to lead further span of life, means 50 to 75 years. We expect we live up to 100 years, right? So, whatever you collect now is a deposit. Whatever you collect now is a fundamental deposit of knowledge that you keep. Then that will lead you to correct life. So, first that he described like that. And after that he told three pillars. What three pillars a student should possess? First one is that a student should possess pure mind, he says. Look, pure mind. What is meant by pure mind? In Latin language, one typical word is there. What is called tabula rasa? A technical word. What is called tabula rasa? A technical word, phrase. You should, as I referred in all the classes, should possess such a technical passive vocabulary that I referred in the last class. You try to get some passive vocabulary and try to make them active. Are you okay? You understand me? So, tabula rasa, a technical phrase. What is meant by that? What is the meaning of tabula rasa? Tabula rasa, all right, Tabula, tabula rasa. Look here, tabula rasa. This is actually a Latin phrase, tabula rasa, but nowadays used in English language. English language, as we are students of linguistics and grammar, English language is updated every day. Once you go through the newspaper or some periodicals available in English, every week, every day, every month you read a Frontline magazine, you read Hindu newspaper daily, you will get every day one particular phrase that may not be available in English dictionary, but you have to be familiarized with because you are the students of language. That you have to keep in mind. So, tabula rasa, once you got this phrase that you keep in mind, what is tabula rasa? Tabula rasa is compared to clean slate. What is meant by clean slate? Clean blackboard. What is meant by clean blackboard? Nothing written. That is called tabula rasa. So, Gandhiji reported students' mind should be tabula rasa, like pure mind. Your mind should be very virgin. Virgin means the level that purity, just like innocent. Why we prefer children? Why prefer children? Children are very innocent. You are very innocent. You are having pure mind. Your mind is like tabula rasa. Tabula rasa means clean slate. Clean slate means nothing written. That plain, very plain and virgin. So, a student should possess one pillar is pure mind. Okay. Then, second pillar he says, he remarks that a student should possess straight eyes. Straight eyes. All right, straight eyes. All right, you should possess straight eyes. Very straight eyes. Your eyes should be straight. All right. Third one, all right, you should possess, all right, unpolluted hands. Unpolluted hands. All right. Your hands should be unpolluted. Means that you should not stand for any corruption. So once you have pure mind, straight eyes, then unpolluted hands, 3 pillars. All right. These 3 pillars are enough that you will achieve everything. You will succeed in life. Father of the nation reports. Journalist wondered why this father of the nation talks like that. So, a very eminent intellectual person's remark is one idea that you should have a pure mind. To your eyes, whatever you see should be seen straightly. Whatever you find, you should find straightly. Then third one, you should understand your hands should be unpolluted. Then why should you worry? Then why should you go behind in studies? These 3 pillars you keep and march ahead, you will be successful. That's Mahatma Gandhi says. Today we go to one very big area, what is called transformation. Have you come across this? Transformation. First of all, I tell you, this is a complicated area. I don't make you fear, but you should be very careful to deal with this topic. Transformation. Transformation is called in some grammatical field, it is written metamorphization. Metamorphization means transforming, changing, making changes. Probably this may be the real area dealt by TG grammarians, transformational generative grammarians. So transformation you refer in the syllabus, your unit in the textbook shows your unit number 5 altogether, 4 altogether finishing. This is the last topic in the unit number 4. So after transformation, we will switch over to unit number, module number 2. Module number 4 now going to be finished. Transformation is the biggest topic. And definitely there will be so many questions related to transformation. So as per our schedule, we should understand what is it and what all the steps by which you can do transformation and what are its features. All these are to be discussed. So step by step you have to understand this. What is transformation? So basically keep in mind, transformation is a very big process. It is a very big process. It deals with an area that a sentence can be reorganized and rewritten. A sentence can be, so people will ask you what is meant by transformation. In the traditional grammar also transformation was there, but not in detail. Structural grammarians put into transformation in different fields, including IC analysis. Then TG grammarians brought transformation into the field of what is called there deep structure and surface structure field. And later, transformation is a topic that you should understand. Then people will definitely ask you what is transformation. Tell them very plainly, first point, transformation is a process or rewriting a sentence without losing its meaning. Means what? You will be supplied a sentence. This sentence should not be or the sentence can be written in a other way, but basic sense and basic meaning should not be changed. Or better, we can say a sentence can be rewritten without losing its meaning. In other way, what all the ways? These are the 8 important steps by which we can transform a parental sentence to other sentences. But once you change, what you call in Malayalam, kulipichu, kutti illandavakkarudhu, means you should not lose its parental meaning. Parental meaning should be correct. We'll take one example. All right, simple. So many steps are there. One step that I will tell you. All right, example, John is stronger, all right, than, one example, than Peter. Look here, this is a method of transformation, one of the steps that we are going to deal with. So what is transformation? Again I repeat, transformation is a process by which we can rewrite the sentence without losing its meaning. You can rewrite it, but without meaning should not be lost. This is the method. So generally we follow 8 different steps. If you are thorough with these different steps, your language will be more dynamic. Your language will be very attractive, so that you can score good marks. So concentrate transformation as a topic, that again you study which all the steps by which we can rewrite a parental sentence. Now look here, John is stronger than Peter. Our question, can you rewrite this sentence without losing its meaning? Simple method. Look here, you can write Peter is weaker than, all right, John. Look here. Sentence is so placid, so simple. So what did we do? We did one sentence you are supplied. What was that? John is stronger than Peter. Our question remains what? Change it, rewrite it without losing its meaning. Meaning should not be lost, but you can rewrite in different way. Then how can you write? This way, Peter is weaker than John, meaning same. This process is called transformation process, which is the major area of TG grammar. So once you keep in mind what is transformation, transformation is a process by which we can rewrite the sentence without losing its meaning. This is one of the methods. So we have to make a journey from 1 to 8 steps. Step by step we have to do. All these steps you have to cover through, then area will be so easy that you can follow it. So transformation as a topic that we studied. What all the steps now we go to finish. Then first one is AV to PV. We have written all the abbreviations here because you are familiar with that. All the abbreviations we discussed in various previous classes. So keep these steps in your notebook. First one is AV to PV. What does it mean? AV means active voice. PV means passive voice. Once you get an active voice sentence, it is very easy to switch over to PV. Then no meaning changes. So step number 1 in the field of transformation is AV to PV or PV to vice versa. AV to PV or PV to AV. So step number 1 is active voice to passive voice. It is one of the steps of transformations as a process. So what did we understand so far? What is transformation? What is its definition? What all the steps? basic step that we taught. And again we have 8 different milestones or steps that you keep in mind. Once you study all these 8 steps, you can prepare, I am sure that you can prepare a very big essay on that. So first you give an introduction to transformation, then you try to explain what is it, then you switch over to step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, like that you reach 8, then give a conclusion, essay will be finished. So again I repeat, what is transformation? It is a process. Once you get a sentence, you can rewrite it, but meaning should not be lost. That is one. So in the case of AV to PV, we will take one example. Okay, John killed, all right, and all right, killed a snake. Simple one. We take a symbol. John, you take yes, you take a verb, a snake object. S plus V plus O, kernel elements are there. Okay, kernel elements are there. Subject and predicate are there. S position noun appears there. Object position noun appears there. Sentence written in past tense. Sentence is okay. Then it is called AV. It is written past tense, mean V4. We wrote V4 there is equal to, it is a past tense. It is an active voice sentence. We have to convert to the PV. Once you change into PV, meaning will not be lost. Example, all right, a snake, you write, this is V4, automatically ox will be past. Then in the past followed by, past ox followed by V5, example, killed. Because it is a weak verbal form, again coming killed here, because killed and V4 and V5 same. Example, agent by John. Look here, a snake was killed by John. This meaning AV is equal to PV, no changes. So what did you understand here? You can understand all the AV patterns can be changed to PV patterns. Vice versa, PV patterns can also be reswitched to AV patterns. In that sense, no meaning changes. So this area can be considered to be one of the process of transformation. One of the process of transformations. So what is the first process? Once you get an AV sentence, can be changed into PV, vice versa, PV to AV. Step is okay. Okay, then here another point that you have to keep. Sometimes you will get a ditransitive verbs. Ditransitive verbs. Could you anybody tell me what is meant by ditransitive? Ditransitive. There will be 2 objects. We have studied. You just go through the previous materials that we studied. We have 2 objects. All right. Once we get 2 objects, you should be very careful in the way, because 2 PV constructions possible. So example, Rama made. One example, the teacher made. All right, Ram, the leader. One example. Look here, the leader. The teacher subject, made verb, Rama object, the leader object. Do you remember this? Because the verb is ditransitive. Transitive has a subdivision, subform, what is called ditransitive. So it has 2 objects. Because once you get 2 objects, what we refer to the nominative case and accusative case and dative case, once you get 2 objects, important object will be direct object. The less important object will be what is called indirect object. That indirect object is called dative case, that we already studied. So we here Rama is indirect object, the leader is a direct object, means this is accusative and this is dative. So in the case of two objects available, in 99% cases indirect object is taken to make a PV. Alright, that doesn't mean that we cannot take a direct object, we can take, but more acceptable means you take Ram first, then you will get Ram was made, alright, the leader by the teacher. This is the method. No changes happening. Means what? No meaning changes. No meaning changes. It was in the active voice, teacher made Ram the leader. But in the passive voice, Ram was made the leader by the teacher. No difference. Means what? In the case of ditransitive verbal patterns coming, you can change either way. But more preferable one is, begun by indirect object. So that also you have to keep in mind. Normally we can write the man. Example, we'll take one more example. Example, the man gave me a pen. Beautiful example. Me, a pen. This is direct object. This is indirect object. Means a dative case. Here in the sense, this is given in the active past. Then we will transform into passive PV model, where first we will take a you. Then I was given a pen by the man. This is the most simple way to prepare a PV pattern from AV pattern. So this method is over. AV to PV possible. From this method also can correspondingly go to AV. AV can be rewritten to PV. PV can be rewritten to AV. Vice versa, switch over possible. That you keep in mind. Okay, that is one of the methods. So we go to, then normally we go to DS to IS. What is meant by DS? What is meant by IS? That is the second step. What is it? DS means direct speech. IS means indirect speech, where also transformation possible. Because what is meant by DS is in the pattern of telling things directly. Where you find it put in the reported speech, we call indirect speech. So DS and IS meant for one of the methods of construction. He said, look here, he said, alright, comma, inverted comma, I am busy. One example. Alright, look here. In the DS and indirect system, you might have studied about two parts available, right? First part is called antecedent, second part is called consequent. Might have studied in the CBSE grammar book. Antecedent means first area that you can cover. Consequent means later area. So in the direct speech DS system, we have two parts. Alright, then we will change what antecedent he told or said, no problem. That connector, alright, that this I belong to he, then automatically he. This am told is past, automatically this am will become was. Then you will put a busy, sentence over, is equal to DS can be converted to IS. Or vice versa, in the PV to AV, AV to PV, in the same method, IS can be converted to DS, DS can be converted to IS, is equal to transformation possible, no meaning change. So these are the steps, you know, that you have to, these are collected from different grammatical books that you keep in order. Because transformation as a minor topic like a paragraph question or what is called a essay type question may appear, then you go step by step. All right, major 8 steps are available and 2 of them are now finished. So one more example we can take, but the time is so limited, so we can do it later. Now second step is over. Are you okay? You follow with me, or I lost you somewhere else? You are thinking about you should be very, that is the matter in the introductory class I meant. You should be very prudent in the class. You should collect the materials. See, once teachers are there, no correct guidance given, things are very easy. If guidance not given, students cannot follow. So we are here to give you maximum guidance. How you can reach in a higher position. Make a journey through these steps. First step, what is called AV to PV step. Anybody can easily remember. What is a transformation? You suppose they ask you in the YV, what is called transformation? Sir or ma'am, transformation is a process by which we rewrite a sentence without losing its meaning. And we follow different methods, different steps are there. What we studied, 8 steps are there. From your hard disk of the brain, you just try to explain one sir, AV to PV, vice versa, PV to AV possible. Then DS to IS and IS is equal, IS can be also be converted to DS. The one example, you give simple one, make them convince, then you collect your jewels like marks and get away. This is the method. So normally, once we got AV to PV, PV to AV, DS to IS, IS to DS, then we go to third step, A to A plus B. This is not the first time I say about A. What is A? Anybody please? What is A? A is meant for simple sentence. That we studied in the subordination and coordination process. You remember coordination and subordination process? A means independent sentence. Independent sentence means A. So A coming, once you come A plus B, A, you see this plus stands for here, not adding, but you put an arrow mark. Alright, this is the this shows transformation process is equal to 2. Alright, this stands for here also DS to IS, AV to PV. The example that you know, this arrow simply telling going, but once you put 2, it stands for transformation. It stands for transformation, means change. So these are the symbols that we use transform. Once you put here, can also be reconstructed, resend to the parental position. These are the methods by which modern grammarians discuss. So we call A can be converted to A plus B. What is A plus B? Independent sentence followed by dependent sentence. Means main clause will be added by subclause. That we already studied. We'll give you one more example. Look here. Once we define simple sentence, that simple sentence is independent. That independent sentence is A. How to identify? Independent sentence, main sentence, simple sentence, A sentence, it will have only one verb. That is the method. We studied earlier. You previously just reverse to your topics. So A is equal to having one verb. Example, he is a doctor. Look here, he is only one verb. In this sentence, we have subject, a doctor, S plus V plus O, maximum important elements kept there, is equal to one verb, is equal to A. It is A. So once you get a pattern, simple sentence can be converted to A plus B. But you know, once change into A plus B, meaning should not be changed. That is our problem. Vice versa also possible. A plus B can also be converted to symbol, but meaning should not be lost. I will take you one example. He is, look here, all right, others, all right, here, what do you call, or we write Renoy is, all right, simple example you copy down, Renoy, or what is symbol that his absence, all right, is due to, all right, due to illness. One example. Look here, how many verbs available here? Or whether is it A or A plus B? Anybody can easily tell because only one verb is equal to, this is a pattern of A. How to identify a simple sentence? By the presence of verb. Only one verb available. Yes. What he says? His absence is yes. Am I right? Is verb. Due to illness can be considered what is called object. Means this sentence is simple. Means this sentence is independent. Means this independent sentence is called A. It is an A sentence. But once we convert it to A plus B, meaning should not be changed. Example, conversion possible. Either you put vertically or horizontally. He is absent because he is ill. Look here. What is the difference here? We have one A here because he is ill, B here. He is absent is the main sentence. Because he is ill, depending on he is absent. Means this is dependent pattern, this is independent pattern. One independent, one dependent is equal to A plus B. Meaning not changing is equal to transformation possible. A can be converted to B, A plus B is equal to two sentences can be added by the way of different subordination, then meaning will not be changed. This is the method. A is equal to A plus B pattern. Mind you, meaning should not be changed. If meaning changes, everything will collapse. So that should be very important step. In the same way, we'll take now second the same. First symbol we change into complex. Then another symbol we change into A plus A. A plus A means compound. Compound means what? A simple sentence connected by a coordinator, another sentence combined is equal to both area will be independent. But meaning cannot be changed. Can you do that? One example. A plus A. His absence will take. His absence due to illness. Again, his absence will take. Absence is due to illness. The same example, in order to make you in memory, his absence subject is due to illness. This A is over. This one already over. This A, simple pattern. You understand the meaning. Then we have to convert. We have to transform two independent, two principal clauses connected by a particular connector. Then he is ill. Look here. He is ill. So he is absent. Look here. He is ill. A. He is absent. A. So, coordinating conjunction that we studied, connectors and linkers. So, once you apply so is equal to and. Once you apply so, not like because that area depending on that. So, here so is a coordination conjunction appearing. Once you write so, automatically left area will be independent, right area will be independent. So, it will be A plus A is equal to compound. Another one more example to make you more clear, then we will stop. He is very strong. Look, he is very strong. One example. All right, he is very strong. All right, that and can lift an elephant. This he can be Renoy or anybody else in our class. He is very strong. And connector. What connector? Coordination. Compound sentence coordination connector. And means left side, what is called this area totally 1A, this area another A, connected by and connected. So compound sentence A plus A. Same A plus K can be converted to A, simple, but meaning should not be changed. Example. So our duty is to fourth one, A plus A to be converted to A plus A, same direction, A plus can be converted to A. This can be converted. He or Renoy is strong, all right, enough to lift an elephant. Look here, he is strong enough to lift an elephant. Which is the main verb here? Only one verb here. So this from he to elephant can be considered to A. Do you get me? Do you follow me? This is the method by which. So we reached here A plus first AV to PV, then DS to IS, then A to A plus B, then A is equal to A plus A, then complex to compound. That is the fifth step, complex to compound. That will take you in next class. Thank you very much.